Hey folks, and welcome on back to Minecraft. Today we are back here in the single player survival world, where in the last episode we did a heck of a lot of work over in the city project, which was so very much fun to do. We spent a lot of time over there building up a few new houses, doing a lot of interior work, building up a new little garden area, a bunch of custom trees, and again another house, because you know I can't stop building houses. But to get ourselves started with this episode, I thought it was time to come over to the jungle and start farming up a bunch of jungle wood. You would not believe that I've went through 32 shears. I have 4 shulker boxes of jungle leaves and almost 2 shulker boxes of jungle wood, all from this area right here. You would not believe at all that that's everything here. This jungle is so dense, it doesn't look like I've taken anything out of it, but like, look at this. Look at all that. That's everything. Like this one's, oh, we got like 5 more stacks open in there, but it's absolutely insane. But that's going to be awesome. I've been loving the stripped jungle logs, so I'm very, very excited to be getting a few things moving forwards. There's even some turtles down there. Look at that. I had hitboxes on so I could keep finding all the leaves because the green and green everything was just blending in here together. But let's jump back on over to the city where we can, you know, do a little bit more building today. We are back over in the city now after quite a long journey through the nether. I can't believe the only jungle biome close enough in this world to be able to farm resources from is still almost 4,000 blocks away. But we're back here. We did a lot of this work in the last few episodes here, and I absolutely love what we were able to accomplish. However, I'm thinking today might actually be a good day to take a slight break from this one. I know I literally just said that we should be building up the city today, or that we were going to, but I've got some plans that I think will be really, really fun. Let's come down here and grab a few resources, grab a few of our shulker boxes from my lovely storage room. Yep, there's the dark oak one. I swear this is organized. Yep, there's jungle wood. So let's, actually, I want to keep this jungle wood on me. Let's take the half empty one. But this is one of our full boxes that we just farmed up. Let's bring a little bit of the spruce wood action with us. Spruce I'm very, very low on right now, unfortunately. Oak we're probably going to need. Let's take some stone. We could take, yeah, we might need some stone brick. Let's take this, some cobblestone, sure. And where is my, there we go, there's the andesite. And I have one around here that has a little bit of mossy stone in it. There we go, that's the one I wanted too. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, ooh, wait, sorry. Forgot this one, I know. Shulker box cave of sorts is just everywhere. It's just freaking everywhere. But what I wanted to do today is I want to return back to White Glen. If you aren't familiar with White Glen, that's because it's about a 2-year-old project that I haven't even touched. It's what I started after building the desert village that we worked on before coming over here. So we're kind of doing a full tour of the original builds. I don't want to work directly inside the village itself today, but what I wanted to do was, we have this big old village right here, right? That was a complete village transformation. We have a lot of open spots like this spot right here. There's probably, we could do a tree right in there. I know a lot of these original Minecraft trees are still around here, and I do want to replace them eventually, but today is not that type of eventually. What I really, really want to focus on today is this little village blueprint that I kind of started a while back and never really got around to. We did it on the live stream. We built up all these fields trying to showcase how far over our large city is going to be coming, because we have a bit of a wall that's going to be traced right along here and going all that way of basically this same wall design that's going to go all the way around here. But we've got this little spot right here that I think could be a small little hamlet offshoot type village of that big guy over there that we did. So I kind of want to take a quick trip down memory lane, revisit what this style was, because it seemed like a lot of people last episode were excited when I was talking about, ooh, maybe we'll take this element out of it or this element out of that build. And so what I want to come over here very quickly and take a look at, it looks like we're using some diorite in here too, which we might want to take over, or maybe we can use a little bit more uniqueness in that build instead. But this whole thing is a lot of polished andesite, a lot of just stones and cobblestones and andesites mixed in there, making a very rocky face of stone walls for every single building. And then their second layer here is actually where we bring in a lot of wood structures, which I think would be kind of cool to mess with. I want to make sure the housing, like the houses in that smaller place, are a bit smaller than they are in here, more probably around this side. See, I swear I used to do interiors, folks. But what I really like about these ones is where I have a lot of small backyard gardens and things. So we got this little place fully equipped with an iron golem defense unit, and then we actually have a few more, like we have a bunch of fields. I think we might get a few of those planted in today. And we've got these very cool things like a little bit of potato patches and everything. This one was actually here because it was the only crop field that we had that was close enough to the village for the villagers to actually farm potatoes, trade them with each other, and get on to that nice breeding stuff. And then our old mending villager, you're still in here. Where do we got it? There we go. 20 emeralds for a mending book. That's pretty nice. All right, over here very, very quickly, while we're getting set up on this village, I want to walk you all through kind of what the game plan is for today. Is obviously we need to terraform a little bit of this area in here to make it so it's a little bit easier to walk around in. I like the idea that it's on a little bit of a slope elevation. I think that's going to be cool to mess with. So I do want to leave the door for this house up on this layer here. This will be just kind of like a generic house. They probably all will be little generic farmhouses. Then this right here, I believe was going to be a well. Or, you know what? No, let's turn this into like a grain silo of sorts. I think that could be pretty cool. And then we could do a small, tiny little well inside of this area. Why do I have so many yellow flowers here? And on top of that, I also want to get our roadway figured out from there, going all the way through this place, and probably smack a few trees, like custom trees inside of this area, just so it looks nice and pretty and all of that cool stuff. But let me get a little bit of work done. Let me flesh out the general shapes of these houses, and I'll be back. All right, I think this will be a little bit of a better setup for ourselves. I decided to make this second one over here, this like one-off house here, have a little bit more wood accents to it, so it's a bit taller. And it should actually be one of the taller houses in the area. This one over here is going to be a fully wooden sort of grain silo that we were talking about. And I've got a cool idea for that one to make it have like a little bit of a door on top of it. I think would be pretty cool. But I'm kind of wanting to add in a small tower bit to the corner right over here, just as like a small lookout over the bridge, almost like the city gives them a certain amount of money each month or something like that, or each some time period to watch over the bridge and kind of make sure that nobody is illegally crossing it, or like bandits are using it or something along those lines. Ignore the pillagers right down there. So I was thinking it could be kind of cool to bring a very, very small little like 5x5 square tower up here. So we can do something like you and then bring it back. So it's just gonna have a 3x3 center to it. So we could have a very, very tiny little one. I think I can make a cool design that'll fit very much in line with these. Like, I'm thinking it's probably at most going to come up to here for like height wise. I think that could be a cool add to it. I think it'll help break up the skyline, and then we can have that like a nice little bit of tree action going on over here, or even like a tiny little crop field of sorts. Something that I've recently really fallen in love with as far as detailing some builds or getting the idea down for them is just etching out the generic shapes of them. This is something I've really picked up from Pearlescent Moon's recent series of the build a day thing she's got going on, where she's constantly just using these blocks just to etch out the general shape. And so for me originally, I would always just detail and build as I go and do everything all finalized. In this case, I decided to take some time to come around here and actually get in the shapes of the buildings, make sure all the roofs and everything look good together. And from a distance, it's all looking good. And so far, I really like this one. I think it's going to be a good little village that we can come up with. It's not supposed to be super big, and you can also think there's going to be a wall coming along right here, so this doesn't need to be filling up too much space. It's going to look very modernized and populous soon. I guess that like a lot of people live in here, so these just need to have a few tiny houses, and I think it does a good job of that. I think the height variation, having this one being a standout structure, having more of the wooden accents to it, and then a tower on this corner here, I think is going to be pretty good. These llamas will not go away. You're the second one to spawn here. And what I'm working on now is, as you saw down there, I got the little bit of that roadway in, or the central area where people are going to be walking around. I'm going to get this thing figured out there. I haven't done that grain silo yet because I'm not too sure what I want to do with it yet. But I'm going to try and get this roadway in and get a little bit more detail work done on these guys, and show y'all kind of what the next phase of building all of this stuff would be. Now is probably good enough time to bring y'all back in. I've been running through and getting a few first windows placed in here with some of our lovely trapdoors in it, and I am in love with these connected textures. I think they're so perfect. But over here, I've been starting to detail out the pathway using the same type of block scheme or decoration bits that I've been using throughout the rest of the farm area to make sure this relates all the way back to it, which basically been a bunch of birch leaves and spruce leaves, which these are all the spruce leaves we have left, like 4 stacks. So maybe instead of gathering up all that jungle stuff earlier in today's episode, I probably should have focused on these. But now I'm thinking about it, I want to throw a little bit of a tree right in this area. I think a big old custom oak tree right there could be pretty cool. And then I was thinking another smaller tree, maybe like 2 of our aspen trees right down in here could be pretty cool. And beyond that, we just got to finish decorating out these areas. I want this to be like a little bit of a flower bed. So I was thinking about like bringing out a little bit of a border of these guys right throughout here and having some cool, colorful flowers sitting in here and maybe a small little pond of sorts, or I don't really know. That's just kind of a general idea that I'm thinking of. Just trying to come up with new, unique things that we can do in this spot. I do want to throw a small chicken coop in. Ooh, I forgot the road right down to here though. So I definitely need to get that placed in. So that would be something like changing all these path blocks over to something else more interesting in there. Maybe get rid of those ones as well. And just keep detailing all this stuff. This retaining wall here is supposed to be for a little bit of a garden action right up here too. And I think next up, before I keep detailing and adding a lot of bits onto these, because I'm covering up a lot of the cobblestone on here, I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting some of this decoration bit as far as the texture variation goes in the walls. And for those, we can grab a little bit of andesite, or a little bit of stone, a little bit of andesite right here. And I'll do this one with y'all because I know a lot of people consistently ask me about this one. So what we got here is these polished andesite bits are on the corners to make it look a little bit more fortified. Maybe do I have any more on me? I don't. But there were some back in the chest, so I want to throw that right above our door right there to make the door feel a little bit stronger here too. But what I'm thinking is we can kind of just start tracing a lot of these areas down on the base and getting rid of a lot of this cobblestone, because I want these to be lighter structures, not so much cobblestone as a majority piece. So maybe we should have built them out of andesite or stone to begin with, but we do something like this, and then maybe we pop out a few of these in the top here as well, and then we just start bringing in a little bit of the stone stuff here to replace that cobblestone that's left over at the top. And that should start giving us a very, very cool feeling as far as what this area could be in the end. So we kind of just take all of these ones out and maybe bring that andesite all the way up to the tippy top on that one. And doing that here as well. That should give us a very smooth out front bit with a little bit of that base being that rough and darker cobblestone. And going up with that slight variation into this. So it'd be something like that versus something like that. And I think it's much better. Super quickly here, this is what the aftermath looks like of doing all that stuff. I might actually take this last one. I think I got one more. No, I don't have any more andesite. Oh, bummer, dude. I wouldn't put one more down there just to break up that cobblestone a little bit more. But all of the houses are done as far as texturing the outsides. Now it's just going to be coming down to making this area feel a little bit more alive. Because right now it feels very empty. I think finishing that thing off, getting a few things are in here. Like I think we can pump a window in right there, another window in right there. Grabbing our glass panes, and bam, and a bam, and it looks like we got just enough trapdoors left to go. I think on this one, I'm actually going to do something right there. I'm going to bring in some oak leaves and add in a few little like flower pots and things like that. So I might actually move you over here too, so we can do a little flower pot action up there. But I've just got some extra detail bits to move around throughout this build. I'm liking it a lot though. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. What else type of stuff we could add in here? I've got a few ideas that I want to throw around on this one. But I would love to hear your opinions down below, and time for me to get some more work on. Wherever I go, the freaking shulker box road follows me. There's no escaping it at this point. But the texture variation's in. I forgot that structure. That one's in here now as well. This little garden is finished up for the most part, and just kind of spammed a bunch of crops down in there. I meant to grab some oak leaves of that new shulker box I just brought over, because I always need to bring more of them. So many shulker boxes. They're everywhere, folks. They're everywhere. Do I have inside of here another shulker box on the ground? We got some flower pots. That is perfect. And let's get some azure bullets. But I built up the little granary structure, and it's looking pretty nice. I like it. So I want to have this big open entrance right here for it, so you could easily get things in and out. And then we've got a little bit of a lifting up a hay bale in there. And then on the inside, we've got all of these hay bales just kind of down in here, and you can actually get out of there. So in case you do fall in, there is a way, hopefully. Yes, there is. There is definitely a way out of that one. But I was thinking we could come along here, just do a little bit like that. You can't put leaves in there, but we could maybe do something right. Nope, doing it again. Just something right like that underneath the windows, so there can just be a little bit of crop stuff going on down here, and maybe even throwing a few right back in there. And then we could do a little bit one like right like that. Move this guy down. Let's try. Well, if we make it look like it's open. Sometimes I like having them sticking off of the edge. I think that can give a cool detail bit to it. And just starting to throw a lot of these things in all over the place, making it look more like a garden-y area around here. I feel like one thing that I really try and echo a lot inside of villages, did I forget? I forgot the window right up here. But one thing I really try and echo inside of villages that I was gonna be saying right there is I like to make it look like they have a lot of plants. There's a lot of things going on with it. And I'm thinking right along here can be some cool firewood storage of sorts. But now it's kind of the detailing phase. Let me finish up this entire village here, show you all the end result, and then we can, you know, get to doing some custom trees and things around this area. Thankfully, when it comes over to custom tree time, we can actually use a few of those jungle leaves that we gathered up earlier today. I like to use those inside of the custom oak trees that I make. So building up a few of those here today, we will be able to use quite a few of these leaves. I think I brought, where did I bring? Did I bring oak leaves with me? Of course I did. It was the shulker box back here of our ever-expanding place. And we got a few jungle leaves that we can use as well. We can go pick up a few more if we would like to. But general ideas for these ones, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to throw one in right here. Just kind of like a big old dude. And we can do something like this and kind of build up this root network here a little bit further. And have a big old oak tree coming up right here, which I think could be cool to fill up that area. Then these little spots right here, I was thinking about doing those little aspen ones so that they're not totally filling up the location. And then up here, I feel like another cool spot for an oak tree could be right here. So I'm gonna get these ones in. I'll be back with y'all as soon as we get these things implemented, or at least the bare bones of them down, and then we can take a look from there. With the addition of a few trees, this area's starting to look really cool. I've got this one in place. I've got our two little aspen trees in place down there. And this guy has not left yet. I don't know what it is. It might be that he's standing on farmland or something. Or he's not even on the farmland. But he's just like not despawning. I've been here for like an hour. And he's still just chilling. Maybe it's a new one. I don't really know. But it's dark because it's raining right now. I just have rain completely turned off in my game to prevent a little bit of lag. And make sure the video quality seems pretty nice for you all instead of that gross tearing stuff that we normally get. But these trees down here fit in really, really well. And they were quick to build. So I think I'm going to get that guy in over there. And then I was thinking, because we have this really kind of gross spot on this side, being just all this open stuff, that I think I'm going to add in a few more of those aspen trees. So maybe we do like one here, bring one down here. Maybe do like another one right there. We do like, that'd be 5 right there. So let's do 6 right here and maybe 7 all the way down there. So it's still a little more on the open side. But then we could do that, add in some bushes down at the base, and I think it'll look pretty cool in the end and be able to at least like look half decent for this side, just for a quick fix-up job. I gotta say, I'm really happy with this little hamlet that we were able to come up with today. I hope you all did enjoy this one, but I think unfortunately, I gotta call it here for today. I don't think it's gonna be too short of a video, but I am way out of time for this one. I had a long meeting today that lasted about 5 hours when I thought it was gonna be about an hour. But it's for something very, very cool coming very, very soon to the channel. And I am so freaking excited about it. Can't wait to tell everybody about that one and just kind of teasing that a little bit here. So I'll get a little bit more information out for y'all on that topic here in the near future, I hope. But there's one thing I was just looking at that I want to fix up before we get out of here. Is I need to fix up this thing here for the day. But unfortunately, I'm way behind. This video is actually supposed to be going out tomorrow morning. And I have not done anything as far as editing it yet. So, and it's pretty late here. So I should probably get to bed and get that thing edited up so we can get out of here and do that. So I think no comment or question for today, unfortunately. So thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Let me know in the comments below what you all want to be seeing working on next. I know a lot of people want to see more of the city. So we might be jumping back over to there again in the near future. But it was really nice getting out of here and doing this for a little while. I almost want to like get this back wall figured out here. Or maybe we can next time do what would be the gate over the top of our riverway inside here. Because we want to have like a big overarching thing here, which I think would be really, really cool as just kind of a way to corner it off and everything. So maybe next time we can tackle that tower and see how we want to build that arch up. But anyways, that's it for today. I will catch you all on the fWhip side. That's a zombie. I'm running the other way.